We had an FBI consultant on the picture. He told me that 1 in 5 phone calls that you make are recorded and logged. And I laughed at him, and then he played back a phone conversation I'd had 2 years prior to joining the picture. The FBI consultant. And it was like one of those phone calls that was like, you know, what are you wearing type of things.
Now that nearly all of us are online, connected or digital in some way, spies are no longer watching just 1 or 2 bad guys. Instead, the UK and US governments are both collecting massive amounts of information from the things we do on our phones and over the internet. There are 2 main ways they get hold of this information. One way is working with the companies that run these systems and tap the cables that are vital for moving all this information around. They can then sift through the huge amount of data they gather and all the messages that are there and store them in massive computer databases. Their other technique involves using their relationships with technology companies to get hold of things like emails, messages or other information straight from their US servers. The spy agencies do throw away most of the content they collect. They keep that on their systems for about 3 days, then discard everything that's not from one of their targets. Metadata, though, who sent a message, who it was to, when it was sent and more, is a different matter. The agencies keep almost all the metadata they see for around a month in the UK and up to a year in the US. That lets them build up profiles of millions of people, who talks to who knows who, and where people are if need be.
Sinmal here. So after watching that short video, how can you stay safe? How can you stay anonymous? How can you text freely and safely? How can you surf freely and safely? All your data is being collected. Well folks, I'm going to teach you and show you 3 ways how to protect yourself, how to stay safe, how to stay secure, and how to give cops less. Quite literally, less for cops. So this is Project Less for Cops. Become the Invisible Man. 3 ways, 3 tips. Stay tuned.
A VPN, short for Virtual Private Network, is a privacy protection tool that is quickly becoming a must-have. But why do you need a VPN, and how does it work in the first place? A VPN helps your data travel through the internet safely, without big companies or cybercriminals being able to spy on your online activities. Also, a VPN swaps the real location of your device with a new one. This way, you can virtually travel to any country around the globe. So, who can benefit from a VPN? If you're worried about your online privacy, a VPN makes sure your identity and private information are not exposed when you go online. If digital security is your top priority, a VPN gives a nice additional layer of security. It encrypts your data so nobody could see what you send and receive. If you are a human rights activist whose freedom of speech is restricted, a VPN helps you to bypass censorship and speak to the world. Or, if you're on holiday in another country, with a VPN, you can bring your home entertainment anywhere you go.
So we just watched a short video about what a VPN is and what it can do. And I'm going to show you specifically for me what a VPN can do and why I love it and use it. Now go to your App Store or Play Store and just search VPN. Now there are probably hundreds maybe, but countless. I really recommend, and I've been using, NordVPN. I've been using it about for 3 years. Every time I use it and every day I use it, I feel safe, I feel secure. This is not a promotion, by the way. This is just telling you that I really like it. So let's check my IP, right? This is my IP, so where am I? Say I'm in Hutchinson, Kansas, which it's true. Alright, so I got NordVPN. I'm just going to connect to, let's connect to a Dallas server. Okay, I'm connected to Dallas server. I'm gonna refresh it. Now you see my IP changed. Now let's see, view location. City, Cypress, region, Texas. Okay, pretty interesting, but too easy, right? Let's go. Who likes France? Let's go to France. Okay, let's update it again. Now you see that it changed again. Let's view location. City, Paris. Country, France. Very interesting, right? Okay, but that's not all. Alright, let's disconnect. So we're going to be going back to America here soon. Let me get it ready. Okay. Now, you see this app right here? Oh, no, I can't use it because, again, where am I? Hutchinson, Kansas. But look how great this app is. Or how great a VPN can be. Okay, let's connect to a Denver server. Oh. You know why? And you also need to do this, people. You son of a bitch. Why are you doing this to me? Greenwood, okay. There we go. So now I can look anywhere. Well, anywhere that's, you know, legal. Well, there's, who was illegal? California? Come on, Cali, I expect better deals. But anyways, folks, this is a VPN and the powers they can do. This is not to promote any illegal activity. This is just simply to show that it's great. Oh, also, HMA. It's a good VPN, but I heard a couple things about it. HMA means hide my ass. Y'all have a great day. This has been SinMal.
Google and Facebook track you and save every piece of information they find, which is creepy. But not everyone is ready to give them up. For those of you who are still on the fence, here are 5 good reasons to dump Google and Facebook. 1. Hyper-targeted ads. You know those sketchy banners that follow you around asking if you're still interested in that itch cream you searched for last month? This is how Google and Facebook make money. Don't think these ads affect you? Google and Facebook allow advertisers to run countless tests until they find just the right manipulative psychological triggers that get you to click. 2. Propaganda and discrimination. These ads are used for far worse than just getting you to buy stuff. They're also used to influence your political opinions. Google and Facebook let advertisers slice and dice people into small groups, making it easy to target people with harmful, misleading messages that encourage stereotyping. And these same tools encourage discrimination. For example, by letting advertisers show jobs or housing to only certain kinds of people. 3. The filter bubble. Speaking of controlling which people see what, Google and Facebook manipulate your search results and newsfeed based on what they think you'll click on, and filter out the rest. So your search results are different from someone else doing the exact same search at the same time. When the facts are tailored, it disconnects people from reality and further divides our world. 4. They save everything. Google and Facebook keep your search history, browsing history, purchase history, location history, whatever they can get their hands on. And they're known to share personal information with governments for surveillance purposes. In the last year, Google has disclosed data on over 200,000 individual user accounts. 5. It's a bad deal. Google and Facebook are among the most profitable companies in the world, all from selling and exploiting your personal information. Does that seem fair to you? You don't have to settle for Google and Facebook's harmful practices. There are healthy alternatives you can use to search and connect with people, ones that don't violate your privacy.
So yes, believe it or not, Google actually tracks you from dawn to dusk. So go to your App Store, Play Store, and search browser. Now browser. So you'll get Google Chrome, Firefox, Google Chrome, and then you get a little one called DuckDuckGo, privacy. Aloha, I haven't heard much about that. There's another one, Brave. I heard a couple things about it, but I recommend DuckDuckGo. Not just, as the reasons you saw in that video, but then let's also do a little test. So you see here, see how protected you are at a glance. Just tap for details. So let's actually go to these websites and let's see how much they take of your information. So Microsoft is graded at C+, poor privacy practices, 4 trackers. YouTube, of course, right? D+, 2 trackers. I would have expected more. Washington Post. These are just random, by the way. B+, wow, okay. 8 trackers, though. Amazon, interesting. Nike, B+, 9 trackers. But you see how it, look at that one. Google. Now, people, YouTube and Google are owned by Alphabet. Alphabet, which was formerly Google, became a new company called Alphabet. So they owned YouTube, Google, CNN, C+, 24 trackers, Google, Amazon, Warner Media, Adobe, Salesforce.com, advertising. What else? Wow, just wow. C+ though. Wikipedia. This is gonna be interesting. B. 0 crackers. Forced encryption. Unknown privacy practices though. Very interesting. Forced encryption. Encrypted connection. Oh, look at that. Interesting. I didn't see that. Forced encryption. Okay. So they keep you safe. So I definitely trust DuckDuckGo. Even though I do use Safari, Safari is better than Google Chrome. Again, these are just 3 tips and guides and ways to keep yourself more at ease, your privacy at ease, your data, your metadata. Again, this is so up to you. I can't force you, but I urge you to try it at least. The VPN, now DuckDuckGo, both can be used on your phone and your desktop or laptop, people. So don't be afraid to use them both. And get on it. This has been Sin Mal.
We had an FBI consultant on the picture. He told me that 1 in 5 phone calls that you make are recorded and logged. And I laughed at him, and then he played back a phone conversation I'd had 2 years prior to joining the picture. The FBI consultant. And it was like one of those phone calls that was like, you know, what are you wearing type of things.
All right, the DOJ is prepping to pump the brakes on Facebook's plans for end-to-end encryption of its messaging services. This ask on allegations of user safety. Attorney General Bill Barr planning to release an open letter to CEO Mark Zuckerberg just weeks after Zuck was just here in D.C. courting Congress. So for more on this, let's turn to investigative journalist Ben Swann. Hey there, Ben. So break it all down for us. What's the DOJ trying to do here and why?
Yeah, so essentially the DOJ is telling Facebook, do not move to something called end-to-end encryption, which essentially Facebook says they're going to do on WhatsApp, which already existed on WhatsApp before Facebook acquired it, but also to Facebook Messenger and Instagram messages. And so essentially what end-to-end means is that essentially the sender and only the receiver, in theory, are the only two people who can decipher what that message says. You know, Facebook wouldn't be able to read it. Law enforcement wouldn't be able to read these messages. It would be a truly private message encrypted on one end, straight to the other end. And so that's the theory of how it works. So what Bill Barr is saying, and he's been making a lot of noise about this now for months, is that encryption, end-to-end encryption, should not exist. Tech companies should not be able to provide it to their customers because he says it creates a kind of a safe haven for criminals to conduct all kinds of criminal activity. But what Barr is failing to recognize, he keeps demanding that law enforcement be given backdoors into all encryption. That's what he wants all tech companies and all social companies to do, is to provide backdoors for law enforcement. But if you build backdoors into your system, anyone, not just law enforcement, can access those backdoors. The government has done this for years, where they demand backdoors or themselves build backdoors into systems, and it always results in hackers being able to access.
Instant messaging should be private and secure. When you share concerns of your health with your friend, that information shouldn't be used by health insurers or big pharma to price gouge you at the nearest opportunity. And your social graph doesn't belong in the hands of political campaigners trying to manipulate your voting decisions. But that's exactly what's happening when you trust companies like Facebook, Apple, or Google with the content and metadata of your messages. To have a truly private conversation online, your messaging app would have to meet several requirements. Its messaging protocol has to be built in such a way that you and your contacts are the only people that can access your conversations. This has to include their content as well as the metadata. While apps like iMessage and WhatsApp are end-to-end encrypted, they only protect the content. All of your metadata is exposed in plain text. The protocol and the app have to be open source. The biggest takeaway from the NSA leaks was that all proprietary software has potentially secret backdoor for the government mass surveillance. Security experts cannot independently audit the code, and we have to blindly trust the developers' words they aren't spying on us. Encryption in the app has to be seamless and requiring no user interaction. Even the most secure app is only as secure as its weakest link. And in the tech world, that weakest link is humans. We have a short attention span, bad memory, and are prone to make horrible mistakes. That is why the most secure messenger cannot just be packed with the strongest security features. It also has to be as user-friendly as possible so that users won't compromise their own security through human error. Meeting all of these requirements has been the mission of many secure messengers. The most hopeful projects are Brighter and Element, and they both succeed in their own extent. But the best security researchers in the world agree that Signal offers the strongest protection at the highest level of user-friendliness with no security compromises. With the best end-to-end encryption protocol out there, Signal is just as easy to install and use as WhatsApp. All you need is a phone number, and that's it.
Telling our deepest secrets, our deals, our business, just everything through texting and phone calls, whether it be on Snapchat, Messenger, iMessage, or regular message, text message, video call, FaceTime. We are incriminating ourselves with what we say, and not just incriminating ourselves. No, that we are giving up our privacy. We're just saying everything. So, go to your app store, Play Store, look up encrypted messaging. What? Okay. That's really weird. So look up Signal. It's a private messenger service. That's the one I use. Another one is called WhatsApp. But this one's owned by Facebook, so I wouldn't really trust it. Another one, really good one, is Telegram. This is really popular in Russia right now because of the whole Putin regime and whatnot. So definitely give them all a try. But I will be focusing on Signal. So with Signal, literally everything is always end-to-end encrypted. Your voice and video calls. I use both. They're really great. I feel comfortable saying whatever the heck I may be doing, who I may be doing, what I may be doing, this or that, just hypotheticals. This is the cool part. You can set a timer from when they open it, the message can disappear. You can send anything, quite literally, in group chats. So this is Signal. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't reveal my number. Really not much to say. If you're not if you don't really want to download Signal, WhatsApp is used by a lot of Hispanics. I don't know, it's just big in Mexico. It already has end-to-end encryption, but again, it's owned by Facebook, so I wouldn't really trust it. And if you don't, okay, let's say you don't want WhatsApp, you don't want Signal, and you're gonna talk reckless, this or that. Okay, there's still one last thing you can do. If you have Facebook, which a lot of people do, and if you have Messenger, which a lot of people do, you can do something called secret conversations, which I don't know what they call it. Well, secret, yes, but you call it encrypting conversations. So secret, I'm going to click on this person. So encrypted end-to-end across all your active mobile devices. Down here, just like in Signal, you can set however much time you need. And they will be, in theory, from what Facebook says, just between you two. So that should say something. Then if these are encrypted, then every other message is quote unquote open. So people, be careful what you're posting on Facebook, on Snapchat. All your data can and is being collected. And guess what? It can be used against you. Now, I'm not promoting any illegal activity. All I'm trying to do is promote the concern of privacy and what we give out to corporations and the government. So this has been 3 ways and tips on how to become the Invisible Man. The next episode will be called The Future. For us, for you, for me, for everyone. The future. This has been SendMal. Add me on Facebook. Add me on Snapchat. And it has been a great day. See you later, guys.